So this is the best test, one of the best tests for Fraze, and we're going to get into this test in a best-of-5 format. Evil is ready, Fraze is ready, and Furious Heights is ready.
One thing that has struck me from Fraze, though, is that his aim has looked unbelievable when he was playing against Kilson. So I wonder if he's able to continue that kind of cycle. Very patient beginning for him. He wasn't certain exactly where Evil had spawned. And when you do spawn by the 50 health bubble, that's really a place where you've got to be very careful. But getting all those important weapons earlier on, needs that rocket as well. And he's going to be all set to challenge for this second red.
And there you go. The challenge is going to commence. And Fraze is going to put some nice damage onto Evil. They're looking to connect that rail shot. That's what this is about when Evil goes for that red, because Fraze is not going to jump on it. He's waiting for that that mega. Oh, he connects it, and the Evil makes this a bit weird because he kind of postures like he's going for the mega. He is. Fraze gets another opportunity to hit a shot here as he pulls out the plasma force, trying to force Evil to jump, and so he can go for that rail switch and connection. Evil is going to die here, surely. This just so weak, and finally everything's
happening?
Up as well.
Where's the spawn? He's found him again. A little bit of extra damage. Evil hasn't taken any weapons yet as well. This is immensely disciplined play from Fraze.
I want to high-five him right now. That was pretty sick. That was good.
And he still hasn't got the rockets as well. They're going to need some LG ammunition in a second, but that is a way to make your mark on the series against a player of the caliber of Evil. Yeah,
he played it very calm, very composed, because that can get a bit crazy, but he kept it very composed, and that's good to see from him. And he's got a great position now. He's got Evil trapped away, and he doesn't have to go for the kill. He gets a cheeky little rail shot in there. Could have been the frag, but it doesn't matter too much for him, as he should be able to, again, keep the damage up. He's got good positioning to do that.
Well, I've got to be so careful. I can't believe he made that jump across with Evil right in front of him with the lightning gun. When I was speaking to Fraze, he was telling me how he's not really feeling any... Okay, that is a bad time to say anything like that. But he could just walk into death. I mean, he was saying how he's not feeling any pressure really at this tournament. He doesn't really feel like there's any sort of, I don't know, logical expectations for him. So he's just going with the flow of this.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as relaxed as Python, but he feels like he's not too concerned. But I think the deeper it goes and the more real that opportunity is happening, that he's actually getting significantly far, I think the nerves will start to kick in.
Yeah, I think he got a little unlucky there just because the first rocket pushed him directly into the second, and so he couldn't even do anything.
It's always planned from Evil. With those rockets, I think it's just... he's just a mastermind with it. Fraze is hitting some very important rails at the moment, which is really slowing down Evil. Even though Fraze is working on such a small amount of health, he's going to be able to win himself that red armor and put himself at least in a sort of a stack in the same... Well... what just happened? He just left the red completely, and Evil has put him on no health at all.
It was such a great start. I was just thinking, it was a good start.
So good.
I kind of like almost closing the book there. It's like, that's a good start. But either way, Fraze is going to be trying to battle himself back onto some position, able to get some good damage in there, but Evil is still in the driving seat. He's got the weapon superiority, he's got the timings and all the items. That said, Fraze with the drop, and he's got the rockets, and that's going to be Evil dead. All right.
I think Evil was feeling a little bit comfortable just then, thinking, oh, this is easy. Fraze is making way too many mistakes now. He's ADing a little bit there. And has to get the rocket jump across just to secure that item. Still 10 seconds, though, till red. And I like how Evil did that as quickly as possible, but no, Fraze, you do not want to drop on that shaft like that. And there's a direct rocket right off the spawn as well.
So, Evil back again with the dominant stack, and Fraze is kind of just sent running right now. Nice connection on the rockets. He's been pretty nifty with those, but there's nothing spawning at the moment for either player, both the red and the mega at the same time. And this is one of those key spots where Evil would really like a bigger stack, so he could take a solid gamble or a fight to really push Fraze off of the one item that he wants to pick away. It looks like, is Evil going to make the correct read here? The mega's up at the moment. Evil picked up the red.
Fraze?
I think Fraze is
still in the rail room?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I think he was trying to pretend that he wasn't, but he was. Yeah,
Evil read it perfectly.
It's strange with Fraze though, because he's having these moments like these wins where he's doing these above world-class plays, and then a few moments later he's doing the kind of plays which are, what are you doing, Fraze? Why are you playing? And he needs to build that consistency up a little bit. Fraze very weak right now. Looks like he's going to drop another frag. Moving over to the halfway mark, we are 4-2 in favor of Evil at the moment. This is only map number 1. Plenty of game left between these two gents.
So you can see Evil just scanning right now, trying to keep the cycle going, whilst looking for the frags. He can afford to leave the Mega up, so long as he can keep himself positionally superior to Fraze. You can see Fraze might commit Evil to try to push to stop him from getting the Mega / kill him / just do the damage he needs to do if the Mega pickup happens, which it has happened, and he hasn't got enough damage yet. He needs at least another rail connection, but he won't get it. So Fraze actually getting out of there somewhat okay, but the problem is that Evil has generally done just enough to keep him out of a spot where he can legitimately challenge for something. So Evil can just keep the cycle going and then find that key 10-15 seconds to hunt, and all he has to do is get a bit lucky or connect a couple times, and Fraze is he just can't sustain that level of damage.
Fraze is going to keep having to turtle this though completely.
Yeah.
It's even if you're not getting any items on any cycles, you just do nothing. And actually getting onto the red, I wasn't expecting him to be able to do that so soon, but I guess the way that the items have panned out, he's like, it's fine. We've got the Mega control. Oh, actually no, I think that was a genuine mistime. I don't think he meant to do that. Yeah, that's not worked out. That's not by the plan for Evil.
It's definitely going to be harder to play out of control versus him than it was, I think, for Fraze against Kilson, but we'll have to see if those mistakes persist or if Evil can just... Okay, weapon malfunction there. Probably would have wanted to keep out the rockets or the LG, anything but the machine gun, which is what he chose to use. So, bit of charity there. It is charity from Evil to Fraze.
Fraze, if he's able to keep on these armors like that and eventually find... I'm not sure how his timing is on the Mega at the moment, but if he's able to get a glance at it and then plan an attack on one of the following rotations, then that's the way in. Otherwise, his red attacks have also been excellent.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that he doesn't even have to necessarily challenge for the Mega directly, but just make Evil think that he is and commit Evil into a bad spot for an engagement, for Evil that is. And just try to level out that damage from a positional standpoint as opposed to a raw stack advantage. That's another option that he can play with, and he's kind of trying to do that with that LG there and the rail from that position, but Evil has a big stack here. He's connecting some good rockets, and Fraze has to get out of the red's coming up. He needs to be able to take that one, and he's going to go down for all of his efforts, but will he have to spawn on for the red?
Oh, that's a nasty spawn that Fraze just got as well. He would have really hoped to get the shotgun spawn and move straight onto the red armor, then that is pretty dire from him.
Poor Fraze.
Yeah. What can you do to the parts that you don't control? One direct rocket from Evil, and I think we're going to get a bit more damage as well. About 1 health left for Fraze. Oh, and finds the rail on top of that. Brilliantly played from Evil. And what is that? That is the most vertical rail I think you'll ever see.
From head to toe. Oh my God! From up to down, from down to up, Evil is a master of the vertical space.
I want another. More.
Just needs side to side.
Yeah, let's get a whole lot now, exactly. Fraze is still walking around on no health at all. Is someone give this guy a bubble of sorts. He's got a 25. That 50 is up, but I think he's just too scared to go near it. He somehow dealt about 200 damage there, and what just happened? This game looked like it was over. And it maybe all of a sudden it isn't. There's still some life left in it.
Yep.
He's got to be careful this rocket because this could hurt a lot. He is going to get himself right. It's rush over to Mega time.
Yeah, going for the jump there, and Fraze is ready. Good damage coming out from him, and just jumping onto the head of Evil. Rockets now to try to finish the job, but it's not going to be working out for him. Unfortunately, it's a bit too low on the LG cells to actually try to commit on top of him with that weapon. So back onto the red armor here for Fraze as he bides his time, but that's not something he can really afford to do. He's got 60 seconds, so after this, it's got to be go time. He's got to go into 6th gear, and there can be no stopping Fraze from this point forwards.
No, exactly. He's finally got all the ammunition that he needs on top of that, but he's found the information, the first bit of information on Evil in a while, but where's he going to cut him off at? He's found him. That's the info he needed. Does Evil know that Mega's up? Is he going to chase him all the way through? Oh, that direct rocket, though. We've got red up in a second, but Fraze knows there's just no time to do this. Where's he going to go? He's found him. Evil's got himself onto red. What can he do right now? With 30 seconds. Yeah, it's just go. It doesn't matter if you're walking into a wall of rockets right now. You just get in his face. Yeah, that's it. Even if you're going up and being floated on with LG, you had to make that move. Fraze is going to call a GG. Is giving himself some very strong opportunities, but at the end of the day, pretty solid victory there from Evil, who'll get himself a small frag right at the end. I think Fraze is going to just stretch his arms and legs very quickly.
Yeah, and even though we saw some mistakes from Evil, we did see how solid he can be in control and how difficult it can be to try to get back in when he's in that position. It got to the spot where Fraze was like, well, guess I have to jump on Evil's LG. And that is pretty much the worst possible engagement you could ever try to think of having against Evil. So showed you how dire his options were at the end of the matchup there. So yeah, I mean, that's somewhat expected for Furious Heights. It is such a solid map for Evil, and it's hard to out-juke him by and large. But I feel like this map that's coming up should be a bit easier for Mr. Fraze, if it is to be Cure.
It is. So this is the map which he had, I don't know how many frags he got against Kilson. More than 10. He got like a dozen or so frags to 0. And it forced Kilson out of the server just to say, right, we've got to go over to the next map. So Evil versus Fraze. Fraze's second map where he's got a chance to tie it up. Oh my god, that LG, that was savage. You just don't expect that all the time. No items have really been taken on the map yet. I think that was the first big item. And Mega's up. Fraze is just about going to get onto it. It's a little spam rail from Evil, but not much going to be achieved from that.
Yeah, Evil's in a great position. Oh, that rail is just really nice. Phenomenal stuff. And that's going to send Fraze packing now as he has to try to just recover his stack. And this is a really bad spot at the start of a match when the patterns are just starting to get established and all the armors and stuff. Oh no, he's going to drop straight into the arms, the welcoming embrace of the rocket launcher of Evil. And
I don't think that Fraze has fully started respecting how good Evil's rockets can be. It's something that he's just extraordinarily good at, and if you're not prepared, then yeah, you're going to fall into a whole world of trouble.
And it's just so, it can be so demoralizing to just, like right off the bat, be put into the spot where you have no control on the map. Because you got to take a passive approach. There's so little to work with. You just got to play it passively. And Fraze is going to be caught there going for that red armor. And Evil can even get damage off the spawn. There it is. Maybe even the frag. Oh, nice bounce. A little pop there. And good follow-up from Fraze. But he's still going to be picked out the sky like a clay pigeon by Evil's rail.
Now, what's the plan for Fraze at this point? He's been quite aggressive on the items. He's been really trying to challenge for a lot of things at the moment. Evil is full helped a little bit by the little barriers on the side. But with red up, he gets out quite safely.
So far, it's looked fairly textbook here for Evil, and again, it's just the nature of having this strong start right at the beginning of the map, and Fraze, having a hard time finding his way into items. Evil's just being able to deny things quite proficiently, and although this map can be easier than others to run away on, Fraze doesn't seem to want to take a very passive approach. I think this can be smart against Evil. I don't think you want to play super passive if you can avoid it against Evil.
Fraze didn't aggress at all on the Mega. I think he just assumed he was going to take some damage there. I think Fraze is actually changing his approach to Evil a little bit. It's a little less aggressive right now, and I think you can feel the gears are being changed a bit, and that Fraze is trying to bring something bring something fresh to this fight. Red is going to be up, and Fraze is just going to let him have it. It's like, you're the boss. You take it.
You're the boss.
Don't think that's what he was hoping for. All these rockets to land directly in his face and to be put on no health at all. That is, that is crushing blows right there.
Yeah, that
was unbelievably solid.
Yeah, that's GG material from Evil, basically. Let's see if he can keep up that consistency. It's going to be hard to do, but he's been providing great stuff so far. Also, both items are up at the moment as Fraze, again, it gets to a point eventually where you're forced to play incredibly passively because you only have so much time left, and if you keep throwing yourself at your opponent and you can't find good timings or you don't build proper levels of stack, you actually can't take certain options that are fairly good for getting back in the match. And so you don't know how that game is going to play against Evil just yet. Will Evil allow you to build stack? Maybe he won't. If you have a lot of respect for your opponent in that sense, maybe it is better to just go aggressive and try to get lucky. But yeah, it's hard to do that against Evil.
Yeah, you want to do more than getting lucky to a Sparty versus Evil. Fraze is trying to slowly build up. I think a small AFK there from Evil. I'm not sure what he's doing. Just hands off the mouse pad.
Still want to get caught by any rockets on the exit there, and it continues. The cycle continues. The cycle of life. Playing against Evil. He picks up armor. He frags you. Picks up more armor and some health, and he frags you again.
I'm going to switch over to Fraze a little bit and see what he's doing, because I feel like I'm not seeing him on the map that much at the moment, and he's really trying to play a sort of... He's trying to randomize his game a little bit more.
He's got a good stack now, though. This is something he can work with. Now he has to pick a situation towards the red normally, because Evil can afford to just leave the Mega up and just use it as a bait, because he doesn't necessarily need it, as he already has a lot of health. So Fraze has to be very careful. It's going to be more about that red, really. And if Fraze can also be correct in how Evil will pursue him. And Evil's got the information now as well. So this is a really delicate spot from Fraze, because he won't get too many opportunities like this if he is to fail.
I think Evil would have expected him to go over to the Mega just then. So the fact that he didn't and he stuck around, he's like, you know what, I'm going to take yellow instead. I think that's interesting. It's maybe put Evil off his comfort zone just a tiny bit. But Fraze going for that red armor when he already had 200 armor, I feel that's a little bit strange, because you're putting yourself in such a risky situation, but nothing. And that second rail that Evil just hit,
yep,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit more confident to move around because he has more stack. But that's the potential problem. And now he's back to square one, more close enough. And he didn't do anything with the stack that he gained. And as to that red versus Mega situation, I think maybe he expected that he could get some damage there, maybe fall back onto the Mega or something similar, that Evil would leave the Mega up, because that can be fairly common as a way to play. But Evil just straight up just took it and railed in twice. And this is so hard for Fraze. Oh no, Evil's in such a good spot. Good rocket to deny him, but he manages to find his way to the tally. But Evil can't be denied. He's unrelenting.
He just doesn't stop. Fraze thinks he's able to slow him down at all, but he just comes like even stronger. And now that is 5-0. He can't make anything happen with it. The rockets are coming down. Oh, he does get a direct, actually. Evil maybe not expecting that one. And Fraze, is he going to go beast mode or man mode and just try to make something happen over here? Still 4 minutes to go. Where I mean, I guess if he can get a cleaner kill where he's able to follow up the control somehow, then yeah, something else can materialize. But I feel like that was a chance that he had to take almost, because nothing else really seemed to be working at the moment.
Yeah, right now playing against Evil for Fraze is like beating your head against a brick wall or something. I mean, it just seems like there's no moving him. It's so solid. Fraze is desperately trying to find a way back into this one, and a bit of a mistake on the weapon switch there, but that's okay for Evil. He doesn't take any damage at all, so that is totally fine. He will steal away the green armor there. He goes back down for the red. So again, Evil just pretty much able to take whatever he wants, and every aggression that he chooses is pretty much on his terms as well. Yeah. Or that he finds himself in. So the green for him. Oh, the direct. That hurts so much. As soon as the direct lands,
you know the fight's over, basically. And that Fraze is going to want to be licking his wounds, essentially. He's so weak at the moment.
Yeah.
50 is going to be denied. There's just many items will not be taken by Fraze at this point. Somehow survives at that point. It looks like Evil slightly upset that he didn't land the shot.
And the crazy thing is that just leaving Fraze low like this all the time, instead of even going for the frag and just then prioritizing instead of fragging him because he's already got a 5 frag lead, like taking away resources, that slows Fraze down a lot. That kills a lot of time, and there you go. He's going to get some rockets finally. There you go.
But can he turn this into any kind of control? Evil's about to get himself onto that mega health. He's got a bit of plasma coming out, but Fraze is still fairly weak, and that red armor. Fraze, can he get anything done? A direct rocket at all? No, and he's still weak. Evil is slightly ahead of him on stack. Is that yellow? Okay, Fraze does get on it. That's a very mild advantage. But you got 2 minutes now. You got a major items are starting to come up once again. But I don't know. Evil seems to be in the zone right now.
Yeah, you could say that. He's going to connect a nice rail there, and with the Mega spawning soon, all Evil have to do is just delay Fraze a little bit, or, you know, a rocket to the face works as well, and he can get back onto the Mega. And Fraze is not looking for any aggression towards Mega, so that's unpunished. Evil's going to come out on top on stack again. He's just always in the better position every single time.
It feels like he's playing like a robot at the moment as well. His aim just seems absolutely on point. There's no sort of twitching of the mouse. Everything seems so decisive. Everything is on purpose. It's an assertive, dominant performance here on Duel. And even though Fraze got so many frags versus Kilson, and it looked so crushing, I almost feel that this is worse. Even if it's fewer frags from Evil.
Oh yeah, because there's just no opportunities. Evil's just not giving him any opportunities, and that's just that's beautiful. I mean, I would never say that it's, you know, a flawless game of Quake. I don't know if I ever would say that, because there's always so many edges you can improve upon, but he's played very solid. You can see how much of a struggle it has been for Fraze to just figure out, how do I get in? How do I get back in? We didn't see any like massive opportunities for him to do so. So a very tough situation. Just get some good damage in there, looking for the finish, and he's going to get it done there with just some raw in-fight ability, which is what you were talking about previously, that Fraze has been on some of these shots.
He hasn't had a chance to really excel at that though through the series even. He's going to try and chase down, try and make himself a little bit feel a little bit better with getting another frag, but he's so weak there. He's just going to throw another way instead. This is going to be map number 2 going in the way of Evil, and it's been looking fairly convincing so far. 7-2.
It does look like just another day in the office. No emotion.
That's just a look of determination right there. It's just getting business done. I think Fraze is having a bit of a... You can see he's very animated right now.
No, spirits.
There's
it's almost like he just won.
What is this?
Did this guy win?
Is he talking about rugby or something? I'm not sure what he's doing. Turn it back to him.
All right, and I don't think it necessarily gets any better for Fraze. We're going into Blood Run, which is basically Evil's stomping ground. So Evil's looking at a quick 3-0 if Fraze is not careful. Yeah,
this is in the danger zone right now, and Fraze needs to get out of it. I don't know where he had that energy from Kilson. Maybe that's showing it's such a difference in style, where Fraze is maybe just more compatible against Kilson's style, and Evil is like the brick wall. I wonder if there's something that a little tweak that Fraze can make that is just all of a sudden going to give him more opportunities.
It's going to be...
If it only was so simple.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is that Evil found such solid play there that he didn't do anything special. Yeah. There was nothing flashy about that. That was just pure amazing fundamentals. So, I mean, Fraze needs to be able to overcome that. Again, he'll have more opportunities on a map like this. As hard as they get shut down, I think, like he did on Cure, on a map like Blood Run. So, we're going to see if Fraze can bring it together right now as we have Blood Run about to start, although we did just get a vote for Sinister, so perhaps they are confused as to the order of the maps.
I believe so. I think Evil wants Blood Run. Fraze is call voting to Sinister, but
it's a pretty big difference, actually. It's kind of an important
Evil
difference.
Wants Blood Run, you play Blood Run.
So they are, perhaps an admin will step in and figure it out for them.
Yeah, I think Fraze is trying to fight his map. I don't know. Players are doing their thing at the moment. I want to talk about, though, Evil, when Fraze did play against Kilson before, when there was that, I believe it was the sort of Face It show match, where they had the 7 maps going on. I think that was massively in favor of Fraze. And I think it is a style clash that is just much more favorable for Fraze. And this is, Evil is, yeah. Well, and is it only Rafa really that has an answer to Evil as it stands? Is that where there's like a vicious circle somewhere going on, or I mean, I'm not sure. I mean that's I think it's something that is definitely an interesting point, because Evil has a very strong and dominant style, and he doesn't adapt to anyone. So you have to figure it out. You have to adapt to it. And either way, we're into the match. It is for Fraze, thankfully, Sinister, so he's not going to run into Evil's best and most confident map, which is Blood Run. So this is a chance. This is still a map that Evil's extremely good at, though. I would never come to Sinister and feel like, oh, I got it easy, because it's not going to be the case. And Fraze has already taken 2 rails, and that's another one. And already Fraze is found that brick wall early on and not enjoying things. Oh, Fraze does manage to get that red armor. Is there anything that he can do? Can he switch things around? He would love to get that shotgun to do a bit of extra damage, but he's going to have to give up that second frag in the end. And he's getting a pretty rotten spawn as well. Tries to push onto the Mega, but he's throwing away frag after frag, and we're barely a minute in. And Evil is just cleaning up. Yeah, that's first rush to the Mega. That was a little bit ambitious, obviously. You have to wonder that, you know, what are you trying to achieve? You know that Evil is going to basically beat you there, because, okay, you have an even distance, but he has the guns. This guy's got the guns, and you've got a puny machine gun, so not going to work out for you. So, as you say, he's kind of thrown away essentially 2 or 3 kills. Well, I mean, we saw that it was unlucky with the spawns, but essentially he's thrown away 2 or 3 kills, and Evil's a 4-0 lead. And he could just sit on this lead. He could just play passively for the rest of the map, not seek out any frags, and just, again, like on Cure, make it impossible for him to get in again. It's already very substantial. It's not the beginning that you want to have. But Fraze sometimes likes to make it hard for himself, make these excellent comebacks. He's very capable of doing these things, but it's just, are there going to be any mistakes that Fraze can exploit from Evil? And I think Evil saw Fraze, but I'm not sure it was the other way around as well.
So there it is, the just a little bit of a attention from Fraze back onto the red armor to get some damage in. But Evil's happy to fight. You want to fight, he's going to take the fight straight back to you, steal away the Mega. And again, I feel like Fraze is lucky that he didn't get damaged a lot more at the red and the Mega.
I almost feel that Evil is slightly lucky to go through that teleporter when Fraze was like, if you go through the teleporter, I'm going to try and spam the choke point. But he just walked right through it. There was nothing hit him whatsoever until he got into the Mega area, and it was just damage that he could take care of. Fraze is weak again, and well, Evil decides what items he wants on the map right now.
A nice little approach there, using the pillar to cover himself from the lightning gun of Fraze, and that's going to give him that clean approach has given him a pretty clean frag overall with the Mega follow-up as well. Evil is continuing his indomitable spree that is plaguing Fraze at the moment. Fraze will be able to take a yellow, but again, the idea is how does he build it into a play? Because so far, Evil is completely stacked. The only saving grace for Fraze here is that both items are spawning at the same time for red and the Mega. Wow! How does he do that?
The whole combo there. Ridiculous.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it is. Fraze feels like he's doing an okay job at the moment, but he's just getting caught out. I feel like it's the rockets that's making everything else possible. And it feels like that Rafa Evil winner bracket final and grand final is just closer and closer.
Yeah, Evil's looking like he can only be stopped by Rafa, that's for sure, at this point. But that is, you know, it is potentially expected from most people. We'll have to see how things actually go.
No, absolutely.
It does feel like Evil's level has gotten better and better throughout the day, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? If he wins this, he's guaranteed himself a top 3 place in the tournament. And just as Rafa's done already. So they're already going to be pretty happy about that. And I think actually all these guys are in the money, so to speak.
Money. All right, well.
Which is top 8.
You've got, once again, Fraze trying to get in. And you're just denying him positioning. And Fraze looking to be able to steal away that red armor. So the split has worked out. 4 minutes gone, and 5 frags in the advantages at Evil. And it looks like he's so comfortable just sitting on this and saying, you can come to me, I'm going to run my items. You're going to move into me as a defender. I'll have the defensive advantage, and I'll win with more stack. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Evil at the moment.
Let's see if we can get some alternative vibes from Fraze. Feel any positivity right now as we switch perspective? Any hope of being injected into your system?
No. I mean, again, like, he has stack, but it's sort of by design for Evil. Again, he's allowing him to have more stack, probably just because, again, he wants to force him to come and fight him. But this is one of those engagements where actually Fraze gets the drop on Evil through the teleporter. He just has to connect his shots. He's done a pretty decent job of it, and he's going to go for the follow-up. This is the moment. Whoa. What a flick rail there from Fraze. That's what he needs to do.
There's hope.
But there needs to be more.
He could go back to the Mega. Nice little switcheroo, but has Evil figured it out? I think Evil's just gone for a lower yellow armor, and that's going to give Fraze a lot to work with right now. Great damage. Stat control there from Fraze onto Evil is perfect, and we're seeing something maybe about to manifest itself into some scores here for Fraze. I think he needs to get used to what it's like to fragging Evil again. It's been some time.
Yeah, I mean, he's hit some great shots. He's set himself up. It's just there's a time limit on this. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more likely it is Evil can pick up and pick up stuff and recover his health and armor that has been lost. And so Fraze now with that mega pickup and now just being very diligent, taking the red as well. He gets about 20 seconds to hunt. And these 20 seconds must result in something, as Evil is still very low, but he's now got himself some more armor.
Was Evil at the top yellow the whole time there?
I think so, yeah.
It was just hiding out. Well, that's going to be a rail from Evil. He just guesses the angle and lands the damage. And this should be a fairly comfortable Fraze. He's looking. He's a little bit tunnel vision at the moment, taking damage where he should be, and he needs to get on this mega health. Evil has got a smaller stack, but is he going to try and show him? No, he's not going to show him anything. Never mind. And I really want Fraze to make haste now. I know you've got 4 minutes, which is still a lot of time in the game, but you've got 5 frags. And to keep on rebuilding after each of those fights that you need to take, it's going to take time. It'll be fine, but you can't push through that choke point. Rocket jump up.
Yeah, it's a good read, though, from Fraze to actually drop down there, because he actually delayed it, and it's very likely Evil would have railed from there and just hung out. So it was a really nice read, but as you can see, and as you mentioned, the rockets locked him out.
Go through the choke point, but he's got to be careful. Evil's rockets on the choke points are just perfection.
So 3 minutes left almost now, and still 5-0. And again, this exactly as we said at the beginning, Evil was just going to sit on that lead, and it is a smart way to play. It's a very it's a way we see much in the CIS scene as well. These players are comfortable sitting on their leads, but now this is what Fraze needed. Catches Evil off guard, but again, the rockets on the choke points are placed so expertly that he cannot continue the chase.
The stacks are very even at the moment. That one rail does make a bit of a difference. Is that going to be Mega? Is he going to force Evil away from red? What's Evil going to do about this? There's been a minute and a half since Fraze has been in control where no frags have happened, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's horrific. He needs to sort this out now. That rail is going to be missing Fraze, but time to get on the hunt. He's going to push, and that's actually the wrong weapon from Evil, and he's going to drop the ball for just a second, and Fraze will be able to take advantage of it. Where is the spawn, though? Interesting that Evil goes through that area. Did he feel that that item wasn't taken or something? That is very unusual for Evil to just throw away a frag like that so unnecessarily. And Mega's going to be taken. Evil's just got himself an item, and I think Fraze is going to be realizing just a little bit too late.
Yeah, so he's going to try to get himself onto the LG now as well. He picks it up. He will take a lot of damage, though. But is it worth it? Has the LG... I mean, the LG is going to be very, very important in the mid-ranges and to protect himself against aggressions. But he's going to get railed off there. So again, another peak. That's not going to work out too well for him. So Fraze is in a good position here now. But 90 seconds left. He's going to get more frags. This is a great opportunity potentially, but he has to be so careful. These rockets are so dangerous on these choke points. Evil wants him to push in, and that is not going to happen right now for Fraze.
Well.
He's getting destroyed, absolutely fully wrecked by those defensive rockets. And now Evil picks up the Mega. Evil can pick up the red armor probably as well. So
missed out on the yellow on top of that.
Oh dear.
Not even slightly wrecked. He's getting fully wrecked. Oh, that's good damage, actually. One more rail and he could have got himself a kill just then. The thing is, you're getting to that 1 minute mark where you can't make mistakes, can no longer exist. Whoa, he finds it! Opportunity may have just been granted, but he's got to find him off the spawn.
This is tense.
Just let go of that.
This is so doable. With 50 seconds, this is so doable for Fraze.
Mega. Evil's just got himself a lower yellow, and he's got himself a Mega health. Again, we need some flawless fights, and he's got no LG, a weapon that he's been extremely effective with. That Mega's not coming up, mate.
He's got to guess. He's got to guess right as to how Evil's going to go. And oh, this is a good guess. Straight through the telly. Perfect engagement. Lands the rail as well. The follow-up needs to be connected as he goes for the drop onto the LG. That's very painful there for Fraze. He's getting weak. He needs to frag so desperately down to one point of health. That's not how you want to do it. Forced back onto the red. 20 seconds now.
And he's trying desperately over here, but that Mega's still going to spawn in a couple of seconds' time. There's nothing he can do. He's going to call GG, and that's a 3-0 sweep for Evil versus Fraze. Fraze definitely looking a little bit better, and he's still putting all of his efforts in, all of his heart into that game. He didn't give up at all until it was over, but Evil clearly showing that he is the superior player.
Absolutely. We just saw him be so solid. And if you give him a lead like that, and he respects you and takes you seriously, and doesn't take any risk. Again, we just saw him sitting on that lead. And there's just, no, again, like Cure, no way in. Almost no way in, of course. I mean, there was obviously an opportunity there for Fraze, but generally speaking, we saw so few mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the best way to put it, actually. Evil was the player that made the least mistakes.
By quite considerable distance, unfortunately. But it was also so few mistakes, as in there were virtually, you could probably count them on your hand per series at that point. Any ones that were absolutely critical, that really stood out. But it's such a shame on Sinister that actually Fraze decided that he was going to give up 5 frags in 60 seconds.
Yeah, of
because
course,
then he spent the whole map chasing that, and he'd struggled to be getting frags to begin with on any of the other maps. Furious Heights, though, did pretty well. I think that was an all-right map from him, but it was very obvious the differences at the end.
Yeah, it was a little bit suspect to just give up immediately 3 kills. I mean, that's not really how you want to start a very slow pace map where it's very hard to make comebacks against people like who are as solid as Evil. So I do wonder about that. And the thing is, these players have been playing all day, so
it's true.
So stuff like that can happen.
One nice thing though for Fraze is he's not out of the tournament though. He does go down to the lower bracket, so we do still have a chance to be seeing him later in the event. It does mean though that the winner bracket final is that we have got Rafa and Evil playing that, so people who have got their predictions of seeing them in the grand final, which is still quite a few games away, this is definitely one step closer towards that, where they are both guaranteed top 3, and the winner of that winner bracket final on Saturday will be guaranteed top 2. But of course, we have got QuakeWorld tomorrow. We've finished the end of our
Wow.
Quake Live games today, and we've got QuakeWorld to be looking forward to in, well, not too many hours' time. You excited about that?
I'm really excited. It's been a long time. I don't think we've had a Quake tournament. There's been QuakeWorld before. There's been like the quad damage tournament and stuff at QuakeCon. But I don't think we've had all the QuakeWorld players flying in, like, because there has been a big, QuakeWorld scene. Previously, it was like got these Quake 4 and Quake 3 players playing the tournament who are kind of picking up the game. But now we're going to get more of an interesting look into the players who have been playing the game for 20 years. Yeah, some of them have been at least 16 years, most of them. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty cool and good exploration. And it's going to be 2-on-2, so the action is going to be ridiculously quick.
They're 10-minute games as well, actually, the 2v2 TVM.
Yeah, it's going to be really fast.
It's still extremely fast-paced. There's a lot goes
Hundreds
on
of frags in some of those some of those maps.
A
very fast.
Is that that's the one where everything just goes bananas?
Exactly, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
We've got a team from Brazil flying in. We've got an Australian team, I believe. We've got, I don't know, there's a couple of Swedish duos. Yep. I think there's a Norwegian guy. Are there any Finns that are joining us on this occasion?
Yeah, Milton.
Yeah, so we've got a variety. The Scandinavians are definitely...
They've turned up in force for this one. They're really pumped. They've been practicing quite a while because the QuakeWorld community itself hasn't had many big LANs, apart from some of their own LANs that they organize, like QH LAN. So they're pretty happy to be here. So that's going to be really exciting to delve into that.
A huge amount to fight for them as well.
Tomorrow morning. But I guess more or less that's it for us here today. So we hope you guys enjoyed tuning into the stream. So thank you very much.
To be noted, there is going to be things happening over the next couple of hours. There might be some casual stream that you can expect a little bit later on tonight. There's no guarantee of any casting, but you might see some players, you might see some fun games and things like that. So, you know, if you want to tune in, more than welcome to do that, and maybe the QuakeCon 2 stream as well. We'll have some random games going on as well. But yeah, as you were.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, guys. That's all from Zoot, myself, and Jahan. We'll see you tomorrow for some QuakeCon action here at QuakeCon 2016.